Hi guys, I'm really excited about today's video. I'm fishing with a new rod. This is the Yari by Tenkara Rod Company. This is the most expensive Tenkara rod I've ever bought, and I've never fished with it, so I hope it's good. I fully expect it to be a good rod. This is the first rod by one of the main American Tenkara companies that's been made in Japan. I bought it off of Kickstarter. They launched a Kickstarter for it earlier in the summer. I've had the rod for a couple of weeks, and this is the first opportunity that I've had to fish with it. I don't have great feelings about Tenkara Rod Company as a company. The people that I trust in the Tenkara world have basically said that the rods that they've tried from Tenkara Rod Company are stiff and overpriced. And so because of that, I've never fished any of their rods before. This rod appealed to me because, like I said, it's unique in the fact that it is made in Japan. I fully expect this to be a great rod. The consensus online seems to be that they worked with Tenru to make this rod. Tenru is a company that makes the Furaibo rod, which is that pretty short, red, multi-zoom Tenkara rod that's like $500. You can go to Tenkara Bum to look it up. I'll put a link to that in the description. People seem to think that because of the color and because of the composition of the carbon fiber that makes up this rod, which is similar to the Tenru rods, that Tenkara Rod Company probably worked with them to create this rod. And I've never used those rods, but they have a good reputation, and so I fully expect this rod to be good, and it better be for the price I paid for it. I really like the look of this rod. I think this might be the most beautiful rod that I own. That red is just a beautiful, deep, rich, bright, vibrant red. I really like the little white accents here and the logo down here. It just all looks really good. It's a gorgeous rod. But as I said, it is expensive, and it'll be interesting to see how much replacement parts are for this rod. When I looked a week or two ago, they did not list any replacement parts on their website for this rod yet. I'm sure at some point they will. And wow, it's a beautiful casting rod. Tenkara Rod Company has a pretty good reputation as far as certain aspects of their customer service go. For example, if you need a new section of your rod, if you break a piece, apparently they're pretty good at getting that to you pretty fast. I had poor experiences with their customer service on the Kickstarter campaign. I felt that they did a really poor job of communicating with people. Their rods were delayed by a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and they didn't do a good job of communicating why that was. Lots of people, including me, were asking on the Kickstarter page, and for weeks those questions were going unanswered. So my personal experience with Tenkara Rod Company customer support has not been positive. Other people seem to have had good experiences with them. But this rod, I mean, it's it's casting beautifully. I have other reasons for not liking Tenkara Rod Company that I won't get into here. Suffice it to say, I'm not a fan of the company overall, but this is a great rod. I don't know if I'll keep it. I don't know if I need it. But for now, I'm not going to worry about anything else. I'm just going to fish with it, and I'm going to enjoy fishing with it. I mean, I'm getting pretty effortless fly first casts here. And again, it just looks so good. That red is awesome. This is a new stream. I've never fished it. It's a relatively local stream to me. The water is very cold, and it's a bit cloudy. I'm not sure why it's cloudy. We're post runoff here. I don't know if it's always like this or what. I don't think there were any rainstorms recently. I'm fishing a 12-foot level line and a stiff-hackle kebari using some UV green yarn. I'll put a picture of the fly on the screen here. If you want to pick up some yarn to tie this fly with, of course, you can buy that at my site, flytyingyarn.com. This is a beautiful deep green pool here. Really pretty. Let's see if there are any fish in here. Okay, this is one of the better looking spots I've seen so far, over here on the right. And, oh, and I get snagged. Snagged on the first cast. That's lovely. And there was a fish in there. I just saw a fish scurry off. Fish on. First fish I've had. Seems like a nice little fish. Yes. Now this is a cutthroat, I believe. Yep. This is a Snake River fine spotted cutthroat trout. Let's lay this rod down carefully here. Okay. Hello, fish. This is the first fish in about 20 minutes of fishing. As its name suggests, this fish has very fine spots. Usually cutthroats have larger spots, but not this subspecies. Beautiful fish. It's about 9 inches long, maybe 8.5. See ya, buddy. Well, there he goes below the rocks. Awesome. Well, the rod felt great landing the fish. No issues there. This is a very accurate feeling rod. Whoa! That was a great take. Come on. Stay on. That's a good fish. That's a 10 or 12 incher. 12 incher. Yeah, let's see. 8 and 3, 11 incher. Right in the middle. That is a beautiful cut. Okay. The GoPro battery died right after I landed the fish. I don't know if it cut off before that, but anyway, got this beautiful cutthroat here. It's about 11 inches. This looks like a more traditional Yellowstone cutthroat trout instead of the Snake River fine spotted, whoa, sub-variety. Very pretty fish. I love these yellow cutthroats. All right, he's feisty. Let's let him go. Thanks, buddy. Awesome, that feels really good. Again, the rod felt great. Let's keep fishing. Got one. Fish on. Looks like another cutthroat. And it is a nice golden colored Yellowstone cutthroat trout here in eastern Idaho. Another nice sized fish. Very feisty, full of energy, healthy fish. Fish on. And off. Came off as I was trying to pull him across the current here. It's a shame. I think it was about the same size as some of the last couple, maybe 9 or 10 inches. Fly is still on there. Looks like it just slipped out of his mouth. Got one. That's a good size. I know I say that a lot, but this one really is. Oh, there we go. Might be the longest yet. Yep, it's a 12 incher. That's a beautiful fish. That's about 11 inches. Maybe 12 on a good day. Still a good fish though. Yeah, best fish of the day so far. Got one. Yes. Right there somewhere is where that fish was. Very nice. My line is a bit tangled here. Ooh, is that a fish or is that a rock? That's a fish. Come on. Well, this fishing is turning out to be pretty great. Now that we're getting into some pocket water, I mean, this is fantastic. Beautiful colors on this fish. I don't know if it'll come through in the GoPro, but this is a really pretty cutthroat. Got another one, next cast. It's a good long fish, good fighter. Oh, come on. Come on. I think this is the biggest one of the day. Is that a rainbow? Oh, come on, I missed it. Whoa, it took off downstream. Come on, buddy. Yeah, definitely the biggest fish yet. Yes! 10 and 14. That's a 14-inch fish. Wow. Wow. Incredible. Yeah, this is a solid 14-inch fish. Its fin is kind of messed up. I didn't do that. I hooked it in the mouth. I'm not sure what's up with this guy. A beautiful 14-inch trout. This looks like it might be a hybrid cutthroat rainbow, a cutbow. Looks slightly rainbowish to me. But man, that is a beauty. Nice, long, beautiful, strong fish. All right, let's let this behemoth go. Wow, what a fish. This is a great creek. He's still here, and now he's moving around a little bit more, and off he swims. Incredible, what a great day of fishing. Oh! I briefly had a fish on. Very briefly. I saw it come up and take the fly. Let's see if I can fool him again. I don't think I'll be able to. I think that one is lost. For good. Yeah, that fish is a goner. Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh, I blew my second chance. Oh. Oh, that's brutal. That is all on me. I know that I should let a spot rest. Like if I had let this little pool rest for 2 or 3 or 5 minutes before continuing to fish it, I'm sure I could have landed that fish, but I'm not a patient man. I understand why they made their first Japanese rod a 12-foot or 360 centimeter rod. That's kind of the standard length that is most often recommended to people. But it's not like there aren't already good rods on the market of this length, both Japanese made and Chinese made, or wherever else they're made. I'd like to see them, if they're going to continue to make rods in Japan, I don't know if they will, but if they do, I'd like to see them make something a little bit different. I think a small stream, like zoom Japanese made rod would be great. There aren't too many of those. Like the Nissan, what is it, the Nissan Pro Spec. I don't know if that's even still being made anymore, but there are some issues that I've read about with that rod, about a particular section that's prone to breaking. I'd love to see something like that from Tenkara Rod Company, made in Japan. I think there's a great market for that. Come on, there's got to be a fish in here. This is a great rod, but it's not an exciting rod, if that makes sense. There's nothing new here. I mean, I don't want to downplay the fact that they got a rod made in Japan. I'm sure that was very difficult to do, and props to them for doing it. But this is not a revolutionary rod. There's nothing new here to me. You might feel differently, but that's my thought on the subject. I'm interested in seeing where they can go as far as rod development goes beyond this. If they could make a rod that goes from like 9 feet to 11 feet and 9 to 11 foot zoom rod, or even better, 8 to 11 feet, that would be an incredible rod. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'm really interested to see how much the replacement parts are for this rod and whether they can keep them in stock. Obviously, you can buy Japanese-made Tenkara rods in several places. You can buy them on eBay and on Amazon Japan, and from Tenkara Bum, of course, and Tenkara Ya, and you know, you've got options. I haven't found that it's terribly easy to get extra parts, to get spare parts for like a broken tip section, for example. And a lot of times they are super expensive. And so I'm interested in seeing what Tenkara Rod Company does on that front, to see just how available their parts are. If they can keep them in stock all the time, that would be great. And then again, how much they are. Got one. Oh, had one. Came off. Oh, darn it. I've missed several here. I don't know if I'm just getting lazy and complacent, or if the hook is getting dull, or if it's just random that this is happening. There we go. Oh, in and out of the net, and in. Gorgeous. Another pretty cutthroat with nice pink kind of spots or bands along the side. And another very respectably sized fish. Ooh! I don't know if you saw that, but a fish just jumped right there. Got some nice height, came out of the water. Come on, buddy. Where'd you go? Ooh! Did you guys see that take? That was an aggressive strike. You love to see it. I would love to see it more if I got the little guy on the hook. But even if I don't, that was fun to see. Finally! After more than a dozen casts, I knew, oh my gosh, that is a strong fish. That was a heck of a fight right there. Oh, come on. There it is. All right, this will be the last one of the day. And my rod is floating away. Thanks, little guy. These have all been decently sized fish. You know, the vast majority are 9, 10, 11 inches. That is respectable. And then there was that 14-inch outlier, a big monster. Well, that was a great fishing session. I really enjoyed that creek. Caught some really beautiful fish. And it's starting to rain now, which is a little bit odd. I was not expecting that, but had a great time. The rod was great. You know, I'm not really a fan of Tenkara Rod Company for several reasons, but got to give credit where credit is due. It's a really nice rod. The handle here, the cork handle, is very straight. It appears to me to be very straight. There's no taper, there are no bumps, at least as far as I can tell. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, you tell me, are there any tapers here, or is that just straight across? To me, it seemed like it was straight across. This looks great. I think it's a really good looking, again, just a beautiful rod, but I prefer this style of handle with the two humps on it. You have this hump right here, and then one hump at the back. This is a more comfortable grip for me. This rod is a Nissin Zero Sum, also a very expensive, high-end Japanese rod. I think this retails for about $260, something like that. And then to give you another data point, this is the Nissin Pro Square, also 360 centimeters long. I don't like this handle as much. This has like 1.5 humps, and I don't like the half hump at this end. I think I probably prefer the Tenkara Rod Company grip to this one. Here's another rod. This is the Zen Tenkara Suzumi, and this has again, kind of a narrow double hump design. This is my favorite handle. I like that it's skinny. When you compare all of these, let me see if I can show this to you on my legs here without dropping some very expensive rods. And you see all these together. So this is the Yari. This is the one I've been fishing with today. It's a relatively narrow grip, which I do like. It's about the same narrowness as the Zen Tenkara Suzumi down here, but I do prefer the taper and how it gets big again at the ends. I wish it had a handle like this. I do prefer the narrower taper to the wider taper that's on the Zero Sum. And again, the Pro Square here just has this weird kind of abruptly ending grip. Anyway, lots of good rods here. The Yari is a great rod. I enjoyed fishing with it. If you were one of the people who backed it on Kickstarter and you haven't fished with it, I think you'll like it. I don't think Tenkara Rod Company is going to just like sell these outright on the website. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll do another run, another batch of these rods. I don't know. If it is available to purchase at some point in the future, I think you'll like it. I think you'll be happy with it. Fishes really well. Again, just keep an eye on the replacement parts to see if they're available and how much they are. If that checks out, then it's a solid rod. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope it doesn't rain more than this little sprinkling it's doing now. Cross your fingers for me while I hike out of here. I'll see you guys in the next video.